Second research presentation, entitled Convention Relating to the Status of the Refugees, 1951. Introduction. The 1951 Convention relating to the status of the refugee, with one amending and updating protocol adopted in 1967, is the central feature in today's international regime of refugee protection, and some 144 states have have now ratified either one or both of these instruments. The convention, which entered into force in 1954, is by far the most widely ratified refugee treaty, and remains central also to the protection activities of the Nations High Commission for Refugees. In the aftermath of the Second World War, refugees and displaced persons were high on the international agenda. At its first session in 1947, the United Nations General Assembly recognized not only the urgency for the problem but also the cardinal principle that no refugee or displaced person who have finally definitely expressed valid objections to returning to their countries of origin shall be compelled to return. The United Nations' first post-war response was specialized agency, the International Refugee Organization, but notwithstanding its success in providing protection and assistance in the facilitating solution, it is also expensive and also caught up in the politics of the Cold War. It was therefore decided to replace it with temporary, initially non-operational agency, and to complement the new institution which revised treaty provisions on the status of refugees. Importance of the study. The importance of the convention lies not only in the fact that it is a landmark in a setting of standards for the Treaty of Refugees. The convention is also important because it constitutes one of the most remarkable achievements in the long battle for the realization of the ideal proclaimed in the Charter of the United Nations of ensuring universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, or religion. It is highly significant in the connection that the most fundamental of the principles embodied in this instrument, the principle of the non-refoulement, has been reflected in a number of universal and regional human rights instruments, and it is now recognized to have become general principle of customary international law binding on all states.